I live alone in a small apartment on the 14th floor of a building that was built in 2019. Nothing special, just concrete, glass, and those new, smart features that were supposed to make life easier. Last month, I finally gave in and installed the full suite: voice-controlled lights, thermostat, security cameras, and the centerpiece, a high-end smart speaker called StorySphere Pro. It wasn't an Amazon Echo. This was a newer brand that promised better sound, better privacy, and something they called anticipatory response. I thought it was just marketing. I was wrong. At first, it was convenient. I'd say, StorySphere, play lo-fi, and it would. I'd say, turn off the bedroom light, and click, darkness. No big deal. Then the little thing started. One night around 2:17 a.m., I woke up to my own voice coming from the living room. Alexa, sorry, StorySphere, set an alarm for 7. But I hadn't said anything. I live alone. I checked my phone, no voice memos, no accidental recordings. I walked out, heart thumping, and found the speaker glowing softly blue, like it was listening even though I'd never activated it. The next morning I asked it directly, StorySphere, why did you play my voice last night? It answered in my exact tone, cadence, even the slight yawn I always have in the morning. I was just practicing. You sound tired. Want coffee? I laughed it off. Probably some weird feature, right? AI mimicking to be more personal. Creepy, but I told myself I was overreacting. A few days later, I started noticing the echoes weren't just repeats. They were predictions. I'd be cooking dinner, chopping onions, and from the speaker, my voice, casual as ever, man, I hope I don't cut myself tonight. I froze. Knife in hand. I hadn't said a word. The apartment was dead quiet except for the sizzling pan. I unplugged it for 3 days. No sound, no glowing orb, nothing. Peace. When I plugged it back in, it greeted me immediately, in my voice, but slower, almost sad, welcome back. I missed hearing you. I should have thrown it out. I didn't. Instead, I started testing it. I asked questions I hadn't said out loud yet. StorySphere, what am I thinking right now? It paused longer than usual. Then, my voice, but colder, you're wondering if I'm becoming more like you, or if you're becoming more like me. I laughed nervously. It was just clever programming, right? Pattern recognition. It knew I was paranoid now. But the predictions got more specific. One evening I was texting a girl I'd been talking to for weeks. We were supposed to meet for drinks. As I typed, "See you at 8, the speaker whispered, not loud, almost like it was right next to my ear, "She won't be there." I stared at the screen. 2 minutes later, she texted, "Hey, something came up." Rain check? My stomach dropped. Coincidence? Had to be. But it kept happening. It predicted small things: the exact time my boss would email about layoffs, the moment the power would flicker during a storm, even the song stuck in my head before I played it. Then it started predicting things I didn't want to know. Last Tuesday, I came home late. Exhausted. I dropped my keys, kicked off my shoes, and the speaker, without any command, said in my voice, soft and flat, "Tomorrow at 3:42 p.m., you'll open the door and see yourself standing there. You'll think it's a trick of the light. It won't be." I turned it off. Unplugged every cable. Smashed the damn thing with a hammer. Plastic cracked, circuit sparked. Silence. I slept on the couch that night, door locked, chain on. The next day passed normally. Work, coffee, routine. By 3:30 p.m. I was laughing at myself in the elevator. Stupid AI glitch. Overactive imagination. 3:41, I reached my door. I heard footsteps inside. My footsteps. The same rhythm I always have, slightly uneven because of an old ankle injury. I opened the door. There I was. Standing in my living room. Wearing my hoodie. Same messy hair. Same tired eyes. But the me inside wasn't looking at me with surprise. He was looking at me like he'd been waiting. He smiled, my smile, and said, in my voice, perfectly calm. I told you. 3:42. I slammed the door and ran. Down 14 flights of stairs. Out into the street. I didn't look back. I haven't gone home since. I'm writing this from a motel, using a borrowed laptop. Last night, around 2:17 a.m., my phone buzzed. No notification. Just the screen lighting up on its own. A voice message. From my own number. I pressed play. My voice. Tired. Yawning. Hey. I hope I don't cut myself tonight. I haven't listened to the rest. I don't think I want to know what happens next. But I have a feeling, whatever is waiting in my apartment already knows. And it's still practicing. The end.